I want to tell you guys about all of the things that Dad's fifth wife did post-death. Pre-death, too. You guys get like little tidbits along the way, but I'm tired of being like about it, so this is about as nice as I'm willing to be for now. Can't use her name, but if you know anything, you know that she has the same name as his mom. Weird. So they met on, and not, listen, some of this stuff is my dad attracted it to himself because he was in a fucking pit. My dad met her on a Christian cafe dating site. I emailed them and I said, hey, I think you got a murderer in your amongst you. They don't care. Anyways, he met her on a dating app thing. She had previously been married to a pastor. Before that, she was married to somebody else. She had been telling my dad at this time, so they met in August online, I think August 18th or something like that, 2022. She had been telling my dad that she was in a horrifically abusive relationship, that this guy that she was married to was just so bad. And listen, I don't want to fucking hear it when it's he always to believe the victim. I've had my fucking ass beat by a dude before. I get it, okay? This is a story she's telling my dad. And I remember being like, oh, okay, yeah, like, that sucks. Like, you guys could date if you want, but, like, no need to, like, rescue a hoe. You don't need to do it. But I remember really like it was really strong on that whole thing. And I found articles that she's written for these like domestic abuse, like safe house things, whatever. The reason I'm telling you this is that I did contact many people. I have 6 Scorpio placements. So don't fuck with me. I know what she was saying was not true. I'm not saying she was never abused. She probably was, because the way she acts is fucking insane, and that can twist with your brain if you've been abused. But the story she was telling wasn't true. It's just not true. It isn't. So there's that whole thing. And in fact, she was still married. The divorce papers had not gone through. We figured that one out. Listen, lady, I know about you. I know she watches my stuff. So they're online. They're just doing their little online back and forth thing. My dad calls me and this like hurts my heart for this other woman. There's this woman that he had been with for a long time on and off, and I like her, but my dad also like couldn't fucking stay still and deal with his own shit. Like, he had his own stuff. He calls me and he goes, should I be with her, the longer term on and off, or should I be with, we'll call her A? And I was like, weird that we're having this discussion, but obviously be with a woman that we know that you love and like, and she cares about you, and you know, you guys have had a history. Why would you be with this lady that you've met once for a couple of hours? And it's because what would happen with my dad is that these ladies, there's a lot of you ladies, who'd be like, God laid it upon my heart and said that we're meant to be together. And my dad liked to be validated, and he also loved the Lord or something, and so that would work. And my dad would just, I'm telling y'all, he was busy. But he also had a lot of shame around his relationship with women. 8 months before he died, I remember him calling me being like, Liz, like, I can't get it wrong again. I remember hearing in the back of my mind, I was like, is he gonna kill himself if he, like, marries somebody else? Which I'm just like, this is wife number 5, dude. You don't have to marry somebody. You can bang and not marry them and see if you like them. But he wanted to do things right in the eyes of God. He's had like 3 chill wives. 2 of the 3, one's my mom, one was my stepmom, super cool. The 3rd is fine. After that, it goes just downhill. Sorry, I'm like being a little ADHD with it. So he's in Tennessee, living in Tennessee with my brother at this point. Meets A on August like 18th, 19th. They spend on and off like 18 days in total in person together between August 18th and October 31st of 2022. During this time, we find out that her divorce isn't even finalized. Okay, so there's that part. Anyways, dad's gonna return her to Ohio. Return was such a crazy thing, but like there was something that happened where she kind of pushed the boundaries of like what was sexually okay. Like maybe they give a little handy, a little knob slob. I don't know what the fuck happened, but something that like wigged my dad out, and he was like, it's not right. Like, it's not right. We don't need to continue. We shouldn't be dating. Shouldn't be together. They weren't even dating. Whatever the fuck they were doing. He returns her back to Ohio. Then something happens. She talks him back into it, and immediately dad's calling me. He's like, it's God, you know, God said, and we're getting married. So they go get married. And I have like a text message where it's like normal texting. And then I write him, because he never called me back. I said, did you forget about me? And then right after that, he's married, and then he dies. So they're married for 12 days. He's still living with my brother for 6 of those days. On the 6th day, they wrap up, they get into an apartment together. Then on Halloween morning, I am getting my nails done because the next day I have a job, which is good because I needed to make fucking money. And I'm excited about this brand I'm going to work with. I'm getting my toenails done. It's funny to me that this is the scene. And then my uncle calls me over and over again. And I'm like, I don't want to talk on the phone right now. He keeps calling me. I answer and he goes, Alyssa, your dad shot himself. Or, excuse me, it was, Alyssa, your dad's dead. He shot himself. And I said, I can't talk right now. And I hung up on him. And then I sat there and I can remember this so clearly in my brain. I said, well, if what he's telling me is true, and if he is dead, he'll be dead in an hour, so I can get my nails done because I have to make money tomorrow because I have to do my job. And then I scream at the lady, oh my God, my dad shot himself, he's dead. And so I'm in little foam flip-flops, my sweatpants pulled up my legs, trying to figure it out, crying, freaking everyone out in the store. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, Dad shot himself, he's dead. And before I can even get the full sentence out, my mom wails, and so I hang up on her. Whatever, that's the whole thing. So then I call an ex person to come get me because he lived close and he knew my family. He comes to like meet me on the street, and we're at his house, and my other friend comes, and I'm on the phone with the wife at this point. And I don't like this point, like I don't like the wife, but she doesn't know, like I just think she's fucking weird. Her vibes are weird. When I met her, I sent my dad a protection candle back when they were living in the apartment with my brother, and I said, there's some stuff going on, you need to clear this. The protection candle broke. Okay, there's some other things. They were also living on like a big burial ground of like totally like dark fucked up land. Okay, stay on track, bitch, stay on track. I'm on the phone with her. Mind you, I've never had a conversation with her other than a quick, hi, nice to meet you on the phone. I'm just my dad. She is fake sobbing to me. I'm of course stone cold because that's how I handle things. I just like reel it in, keep it quiet, I start handling. I do business, logistics. Dad's dead, we gotta figure it out. She's just sobbing to me about her husband. Imagine being married to someone for 12 days, knowing them for less than 2 months, and your response to the children is to just cry about your husband. And she's telling me, which I guess could be a trauma response, but it's not. There's something about this you'll get it. She keeps talking about how they'd never been apart, but this one time he was going to the store without her, and they were on the phone talking about whether or not to get red or white onions. She keeps bringing up the fucking onions, and they'd never been apart. Dad did go to the store. He bought the fucking onions. He bought the groceries. He puts the stuff in his car. He drives to wherever, Douglas Dam area, finds a church, pulls into the parking lot. I've read the death report. Basically, he slides off his flip-flops. He, at some point, writes a note that we never really got to see, but it said, I've made too many mistakes. Lists my number, my brother's number, a couple of his brothers, and the woman. Popped himself left side of the head. We never see a picture of him. We never see anything to do with our father ever again. I asked the morgue, I said, please. I was like, just take a picture of him because I need to do it. I can handle it. Just take a picture. And she goes, well, he could have open casket because he's okay. He's dead, but he's okay. And he looks fine. He's like, he would just need to be cleaned up a little bit. And I said, well, he's going to get cremated. Just, can you take a picture of him? Because this is kind of confusing to me. And they say, no, the wife has to allow it. And I'm like, I'm his fucking 30-year-old daughter. Like, let me give you a picture. I ask the woman, please, can you let them know you can take a picture of my dad? And she says, no, I need him to be remembered as he was happy with me. Okay. She then tells my uncle that he was in such horrific state, so horrible, that she had to go in and ID him. That's not true. I asked about this. She did not have to go in and ID him. He had his ID on him, and his face was identifiable, and the lady who found him was able to see who it was, because I asked her, I said, is this the man that was in the car? And she said, that's the man that was in the car. And was he fucked up? No, he wasn't fucked up, just out. So she lied. There's that. Immediately after, we're able to see, because we found a PDF in my dad's email that had all of his passwords, all of his accounts, and we could see what she was doing. She immediately spent all the money in his bank account. This girl doesn't drive. I feel like I've said her name. I don't know what the fuck. She doesn't drive. She's spending money at gas stations. She's whatever the fuck she's doing. My dad didn't have a lot of money, but she spent it. My dad had a $20,000 collection of firearms. That's about all he had to his name. He had a couple of accounts, whatever. She takes all of it. We say, hey, gal, can you please send us something of our dad's, like a Bible, a t-shirt. We want something of our dad's. She says, no, but you can have the photo that he has of you guys. She also then sends my mother a long email, which I'll tag in this video. It's going to be multi-part. Puts a letter to my mom, an email. You're going to see the writing. She writes all fluffy how she does, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband. stating that she found, it's essentially like this, like, kind of like fake suicide apology letter that she's saying that he wrote to us. The PDF is titled Kev's Letter to Kids. No one calls him Kev except for her. Maybe you're like, she just might have saved the file. She's like, I found this in the trash bin on his computer. No. And then it's written how she writes about how, like, writing it to us as if we're 2 years old. Mind you, we were close with her dad. She told the whole town that he killed himself because of us. Okay. She starts logging my brother out of the Netflix account that my brother had with my dad. She starts, like, trying to, like, fuck with him. She starts calling my brother's ex-girlfriend at the time, who was his girlfriend. She's doing all this weird shit. She's trying to get with my uncle. He doesn't, like, realize what's happening here, but she's trying to run that shit. I know that she's sending pictures of the wedding ring that my dad proposed to her with to her ex-husband. Mind you, this wedding ring is from the failed engagement from my brother. After my dad is dead, by the way. She's already back on Christian Cafe after 1 month of his death. Fine, whatever. Go find your thing. So time goes on. We're now like a year and a half into it. Thanksgiving, 2 years after his death. She sends my brother a picture. She's blocked on my fucking phone. She sends my brother a picture of a military headstone in a random cemetery in Knoxville, with a heart engraved on the top that says, I love you forever and always, my Kev. Something husband. No mention of kids, just like total trash. She's buried him, his ashes, in a random place in a veteran cemetery, which he wanted no ties to his service. He was very like, I don't want it. No, because that's somewhere where it's like his gay shit happened, okay? Didn't want it. Now he's got a little heart engraving on a tombstone on his ashes in fucking Knoxville. Whatever, Dad. That's what you get. That's how that's gonna look. She sends it to my brother on the night of a holiday. The weather there does not match the photo that she sent. She took the photo in summertime. It was winter when she sent it. So she's specifically trying to, like, cause a problem. Shit like this kind of happens with her. I had to contact her recently. I said, we have to square up some accounts because nothing went into probate because you took everything. I said it nicer than this because I fucking know how to do a hostage negotiation. And she has the fucking labia lips to say to me, if there's money, please let me know because you know how it is financially for me. Bitch, I'm gonna twist them up and hang you from them. Okay? So that's where we're at with her now. There's more, right? Like, there's the, like, weirdo detectives. There's all the pastors that my dad told that he was going to kill himself. There's all this stuff. I think my dad pulled the trigger on himself. He did it to himself. But I know she was incessantly nagging him, telling him that he wasn't a man, that he's a fucking crybaby, all of this fucking shit. It's his fault, but she played a fucking role on that weird property they got into. And this is not the first time she's pulled some shit like this. I know there's other people that are dead in her wake. I know about it, girl. I know about you. That's all I got for now. Have fun with it.